Hi ladies and gents, just coming to you, it's Rochelle from Can Do Crafts, and this is the second part of the do-it-yourself tags. Now, as in the previous video to this, I had cut out some tags out of recycling materials such as packaging, manila folder, file folder, and just a coffee packaging type, so forth. So I've actually changed the way I'm going with this, because these were the two other tags as well as these two. One had the green tones, the brown tones, the blue and the pink. Yeah, I'm not so happy with those. So what I decided to do is, because I'm starting up some junk journals, I've decided to go with different colour schemes. But you can still make them with, you know, the wallpapers and so forth. So what I did was I had a selection of papers, and here's the green tones and here's the brown tones. So we'll get into that, and I'm just using a glue stick. So all we're doing is we just cut out the tags, and I don't have a sheet I can put underneath it, but that's okay, I've got a baby wipe. So all I do is just also sure that you get your corners, and we're just going to paper piece various different types of wallpaper, so I quite like that. Now you'll find if you haven't got a straight edge, just give it a straight edge. I'm just going to give that a straight edge and make sure it's straight. Now normally I use the edges of the pages, but if I've used the wallpaper for other projects, you know, it may not be quite dead straight, so I'll just keep that handy. So I usually use the mat to determine if it's on straight. And I usually use the cap to, you know, adhere it down. You can use a bone folder if need to. So, great. Okay. And the wallpaper is washable anyway, so if you do get your glue on there. Okay, something's not quite right here. I don't know what it is. It's an actual hair. Sorry about that. Now I just look for a straight side, which would be there. Now if you get really good sides, you have a really clean seal. And there's one there. Okay. So you can use, you know, varying different types of, you know, colours in the wallpaper and create, you know, the different effects. So, okay, so we're going to be cutting it out. We have a beautiful winter's afternoon, the sun is just shining through. So now you can use your X-Acto knife and a ruler, but I just usually use my scissors and go along, you know, you can just sort of neaten it up. Okay, there we go. So that's one. And what I normally do is, along this particular seam, I have a tendency to make like a belly band. And you don't have to do this. Yeah, just for, you know, added my cutting is not precise. You can use your cutters and so forth, so... And as I said before, just make sure you get all your edges, because sometimes they do, you know, sort of lift up on the sides. So, and the good thing about wallpaper is, you know, it's wipeable. You can get a, you know, baby wipe and wipe it down, and you know, because all wallpaper is washable. You can wipe it down, you know, just very gently. So like this one, I used hearts cut out of the wallpaper as well. This one I used some book page. So what I decided to do today was just simple book page. So now you can edge these up. You can either go around with a marker, or you can do some fake stitching on there. But I'm just choosing to go around there with some distress ink. And this is a frayed burlap because I can't find my vintage photo. Sometimes you've got to be very gentle, you know, because the paper may rip. And you can go in as far as you want to, you know, you can even, you know, go over the paper itself and create a deeper, more richer shade, or just leave the book page as is. So, okay, and then we just use our glue stick or wet glue, depending on what you've got on hand. So, and they come together pretty easy. So. And it doesn't have to sit on there straight, you can turn it to the side, an angle or so forth. So that's it. And with the words that I've been using, I have got a video on my channel, and I just printed out some words. Just trying to think what one to do. Sweet moments. There we go. Okay. Now I didn't leave enough gap between the two words, but we'll see how we go. Okay. Now I normally do go around with, but I'll be using a pen for this. So. And another great thing, another tip is, this is just blue tack on a stick, so I usually tend to, it's a lot easier to pick up the words and things like that, so and just glue it down. Now you can print your own words out, you know, and do your own words. Okay, and we'll put a hole in there. So they you know, they're easily made, you know. It doesn't take long to make them. Yesterday I was cutting out all the tags from just all the scrap cardboard and, you know, just anything that, you know, packaging. So I'll be turning them into, you know, tags for some junk journals. So that's my new goal, is to actually make a junk journal. And this is all I do. I mean, you can edge it with, but I'll just go around with a black pen. You can do black marker, but it might tend to be a bit more thicker edging on it. So, and if you think it's plain, you can add diamantes, you know, you could add a bit of material, a bit of lace. So I'm just trying to keep it, you know, fairly simple. You know, you can embellish them up as much as you want, you know, so that's just that one there. and I'm just using raffia at the moment, so you can use, you know, eyelash trim, raffia, wool, ribbon, cord, twine, jute. You know, the list goes on as far as what you can use, you know, to put on your tags. Seems to be a really bit hard trying to get it all tight and neat and tucked without ripping the cardboard. Okay, that'll do. So there we go. So we have another tag, and it's fairly plain, you know, considering these other ones. And, you know, I will go around the edges there with a bit of, I'm not quite sure that's got enough on it. Now you can go around with a texture marker, so I may need to put more on that. And when they dry, they do stiffen up, you know, this is a bit flexible, but when, you know, the glue dries, the paste dries, you know, it will stiffen the cardboard up. And the next one is just in the brown tones. Now I have cut 2 hearts out of the wallpaper. So this is, you know, so when you've got wallpaper, it's so easy to, you know, create a tag. So cereal boxes, file folders, you know, cereal boxes, yeah, any packaging whatsoever. Even your clothing labels. Sometimes you get large clothing labels. So, okay, what were we going to do there? Just trying to think of what we were going to do. So position your papers to, you know, how you want them. This is quite textured, and it's quite pretty, this one. So, it's eerily quiet here today. Even the birds can't hear the birds. Normally you hear them this afternoon. I think it may have something to do with the neighbours chopping down the beautiful trees. So I don't have a view out of my window of trees. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure, that's not straight, so sometimes you'll need to just touch them up to, you know, get that straight border for when you're actually using, you know, another contrasting piece, which is this piece here. So, and you know, if your lines are straight, you know, it becomes really seamless. You know, you don't want an overlapping edge on there unless you're putting a border on there or putting, you know, other embellishments on there. So this is just Moccona coffee satchels. And keep all your scraps, you know, your decent sized scraps like that. Even that can, you know, cut out an embellishment. So it depends on how fiddly you want to be with small, tiny pieces of paper. So I wanted a thicker border down the bottom, but that's okay. Now you can add lace to it, trims, diamantes, you know, there's an endless supply of things that you can add to your cards. So now these were also cut out, but I will link these up. And then I've just got to decide, you know, what words I'm going to be putting on there. And I'll just use a makeup sponge. You know, this is sprayed burlap. I can't find the vintage photo. I do have daubers, and there is videos, you know, how to create your own daubers. Not as dark on the edges as what I'd like, but you can go around with a pen or a marker. It doesn't really... Oh no, it's not really showing. Maybe black soot would have been a better option. But I'll just go with this for now. Now you can use wet glue, or you can use your glue stick, like I do. I live by my glue sticks. And you don't have to be precise in where you're positioning them. No. Now I'm going to actually go around the edges, sort of doing a bow stitch. Now you can actually use a real sewing machine and go around your hearts. Or you can just use a black marker. This is only just a pen for demonstration purposes. I'll probably go over it again with a more deeper black marker. But you can see that they're fairly easy to make. You can sort of lavish them up with more embellishments and bling and, vintage laces and trims. Okay. Now we've just got to find some words. I just want to see if this will work. Yeah, see, it's not really... Yeah, I reckon black soot might have been a lot better. So you can see the ink on the desk, but it's not really adhering to the wallpaper really well. That'll do. It's not very porous because it's wallpaper and it's washable. And some wallpapers, yeah, are porous and it takes on the ink. So, but it shows you what you can do with, very mineral products. So, now we've got Sweet Moments, Life is Good, Live, Love, Laugh, Made with Love, Love and Dreams. Happy Day, Think Big. Okay, we've got here Forever Thankful. So, Forever Thankful. It's good when you make your own words. Good little thing. It's the afternoon. It's way past my little nana nap. I normally do a lot of work in the morning because that's when I first it's when my first, you know, like you get your first wind and you're sort of full of energy first thing in the morning. Well, that's what I am anyway. Okay. Forever thankful. Yeah. You know, if you think what words you want, you just go to your word bank and then just see, you know, if you've got them in there. So, you know, just go around the edges. Now you can ink the edges up. Just go around with a black pen or a black marker, depending on how thick you want the border around the word. So there you go, you've got 4 tags, you know, out of scrap materials and wallpaper, free wallpaper from your store, and, you know, printing it out. I think it cost me 20 cents at the library to print out the words, and there was a sheet of, I think, 400 words. So, you know, that's a cheap word bank. And you can type out what words you specifically want. You know, so you don't have to sort of, you know, get those word books, which we don't get here, you know, unless we go to the, you know, really big craft shops. And where I live, there's nothing like that here. You know, I'd have to probably drive 2.5, 3 hours before I can go to a place where, you know, they do sell a lot of crafts that, you know, they do use in the States. Meanwhile, they're, you know, 3, 4, 5 times the price of the States. So it causes crafting to be very expensive in Australia. So when you can, you know, upcycle, recycle, reuse, and, you know, be creative with very little, it just makes it all worthwhile, you know. So, and they're handmade. They're made with love. These were a bit rushed, you know, for your purpose. So, you know, you've got 3, 4 tags there, and they're just cut out from, you know, paper, book paper, packaging, cereal boxes, and wallpaper. So, till then, take care, and thank you so much for watching. This just shows you how easy you can create some wonderful, beautiful tags. And with your own creativity, your own, you know, ingenuity and design and how you create things, you can add your own flavour to it, and then it, you know, it's truly your inspiration that, you know, creates these wonderful products. So, thank you all for watching. Take care, and God bless.